Hi, welcome to Mennonite Farmhouse. I'm Leanne, and if you're new to my channel, I do cooking and baking from scratch, canning and dehydrating videos. And if that sort of thing interests you, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Today is the first Tuesday of the month, and you know what that means. It's time for another Shelf Stable Pantry Recipes video. This collaboration is hosted by Mary Ellen at Prepper Potpourri YouTube channel, and we have several great channels involved in this collaboration. I'll leave the link to all the rest of the channels in this collaboration for you and the playlist to all the great recipes we've been showing you since May. Today I'm going to be making a double chocolate muffin. Let's get to baking, shall we? To make double chocolate chip muffins, you'll need 2 cups of flour, 3/4 of a cup of cocoa, 1 1/2 cups of white sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 1 1/2 cups of water, and I'm using a 1/2 packet of instant dry milk. And the difference between instant dry milk and powdered milk is it takes powdered milk 8 hours to reconstitute. And we'll also need 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and a cup of chips, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, let's get to baking, shall we? Now the first step, you want to sift your dry ingredients. So I'm going to use the KitchenAid attachment that sifts and weighs your ingredients. And you gotta use a rubber spatula for that beater, and use your splash guard because it helps you prevent messes. At least I try. We're going to add our 2 cups of flour, our 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, and I just use a 1/4 measure 3 times to come up with the same measurement. And we add our baking soda, and our baking powder, which is 2 teaspoons. And our salt. And make sure it's a level teaspoon. Then we're going to turn on the mixer and let that sift completely through. And sifting just creates more air and gets the lumps out of your cocoa powder for sure. And I also added that 1 1/2 cups of sugar, which I didn't capture on video, but it's in there. And now for the wet ingredients. And we want to dissolve our instant milk into our water and whisk it to combine. Oh, and let me cry over spilt milk. Oh, isn't that a tragedy? My mom always thought it was. I always crack my eggs into a separate bowl, even if they're farm fresh. Then we'll add our 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, or oil of your choice. I'm sure you can even use coconut oil in this if you would like. Now the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but I'm just going to let the Holy Spirit tell me how much vanilla to add because you can never have enough vanilla. You just want to mix to combine. You really don't want to overmix this batter, so I would say no more than 2 minutes on a low speed. Then after it's done mixing, you want to fold in your chocolate chips or your peanut butter chips. And since I'm too cheap to use paper in my muffins or my cupcakes, I am just gonna heavily grease the pans and put a little bit of flour. And if you remember my spice cake video, a lot of you said please use flour, and I'm going to this time. Then I'm gonna pre-measure my batter by using a cookie scoop and bake in a 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes or until done. All right, let's give it a taste test, shall we? Since it's breakfast the next morning, and these look so good. Look at the peanut butter chunks in them. Well, here's yours. Or maybe I should taste it for you. Let's see if I can eat this pretty. It is definitely chocolatey. It is all you want in a chocolate chip double chocolate muffin. I mean the expectations are there, and it met it. And this is my first time making this recipe, and I will definitely keep this in my folder for the future. And just remember, there's a link down below for you to print this recipe off for your binder of Shelf Stable recipes. Thanks for joining me. Remember, God gave you a great day. Now go do something great. Take care and God bless. Thanks so very much for watching. If you love the content of this video, may I suggest you watching this next? Take care and God bless.